It's Tim from Linessa Farms, specialty in heirloom livestock. Thanks for joining us again today. Today we are talking about keeping records like a pro. Stay tuned to find out more. All right, so today we're talking about record keeping. Now I know some of you are just getting started or you may have a very small farm, but I assure you that record keeping is one of the most important things that you can do as you progress and get larger, or even if you're going to keep a small farm. A lot of the things you think you're going to remember, you're not. When it comes to health records, financial records, things like that, if you keep them all in one place, it makes it much easier to manage and to keep track of. So what I'd like to do is I would like to go through our book with you, kind of show you a general layout. You can make this as complex as you want. This is the general layout that we recommend for you. So here in just a second, we're going to go through it. We'll go through it step by step. I'll show you what we have. And then if you stay tuned till the end of the video, there's going to be a very nice surprise for you, and there may be a chance for you to win something. As you may or may not have noticed, I'm actually wearing my Linessa Farms sweatshirt here. We have a contract that we just signed with a company called Rural Bling. If you look at the description below, you can see all about them, and you can actually purchase some Linessa Farms gear. We have sweatshirts and t-shirts available. So without further delay, let's get started talking about this record book. All right, so here's our book. Any zip-up binder will do. I highly suggest you get a zip-up binder or some kind of binder that secures and something that's waterproof, preferably, or at least water resistant. So here inside my book, I got my normal stuff. I got my Linessa Farms pen, my Sharpie, and my dry erase marker, and you'll see what that's for here in a little bit. And then I always like to keep, I would keep more than this in my actual folder, but I always like to keep some of my handy marketing material in here. So if I'm out and about on farms, if I go on farm calls, I always take this with me. So we've got our business card, some stickers for fun, and then if I have any special events going on our farm, I like to keep a copy of that handy as well. So basically the stuff that you're gonna give out, keep it handy there. Now, invoice book with duplicate forms. This is a must when you're buying or selling things. If the individual that you're purchasing from doesn't have hand receipts, I just have them fill out one of these for me. And obviously, if I am selling to a customer, I like to give them a receipt at the time that I'm selling. I mail them the more in detailed paperwork later, but I like to give them a copy of a receipt before they leave. I give them the white copy, I keep the yellow copy, and it allows me to keep track of my sales and what it is that I am doing. So I try to establish this in the most useful to the least used information that I have. I have all of my medical records up front here. So if I'm out in the pasture, if we're doing any worming or medication administration or making up any milk or medications, anything like that, it's all here and easy for me to get to. The next thing that I want to go to is my health records. So we have a general birthing record form here. And again, you can get all of this, all these forms are on linessafarms.com. If I do the birthing records here, basic information, birth date, weaning date, who the dad is, who the mom is, the sex of the baby, if it was a single, a twin, or a triplet, their breed, their tag number, their weight at birth, their weight at weaning, and then comments. In the comment section, I usually just write their common name. All of our animals have a tag number, but they may have a common name as well. Moving forward from there, we have our detailed health record that we keep on all of our animal. It's got a space for their name, date of birth, tag number, their parents, mother and father, and then we've got more detailed stuff here. So every time I go to check out that animal, I would put the date and the weight of the animal. Are they anemic? I check their eyelids, yes or no. Did I trim their hooves, yes or no? And then if I gave antibiotic, wormer, a bolus, an oral drench, tetanus antitoxin, CDT1, CDT2, or CDT booster, or a tail, or castration, all that information's right there, and I can just fill out all these blocks accordingly. If I have any detailed notes for the animals, I usually tend to put that on the back of the sheet. So that kind of wraps up my health records. For financial records, easy, keep it all in one place. You can do your purchases. I like to put the date and the seller that I'm getting from, and then a general description of what it is. And then you always want to put what your asking price is and your purchase price, because these two don't always match up, and it's a good thing to keep track of. That way, if you go back to the seller later on down the road, you can recall what it is or that they were asking, and then how much they were willing to move as far as on the purchase price. Same thing with sales. This is more on your side, the date, the person that you sold to, the description of what it was, your asking price, and your final selling price. All right, so next I have some sample contracts. In here, this is an actual copy of one of our sample contracts. This is what our purchasers actually get when they purchase an animal from us. It's got our information, and then it's got a registration form and a warranty. All of our animals that leave our farm actually come with a 6-month health warranty and a 1-year breeding warranty. And this has all of the broken down information regarding the warranties, what they can and cannot do. It has basic information about the animal, and then we also give a small pedigree record that shows the animal that they purchased, their parents, and the grandparents. Signed and date by me, and then I have a number specifically correlated to that sale. I keep an electronic copy of this on my computer. I actually physically mail a copy of this to the purchaser. I also have other contracts that I've put in here just for you to look at. This would be a purchase for meat. Basically, someone saying that they're agreeing to a certain price per pound weight, the amount of deposit that's required, the total price of the animal, so on and so forth. Again, all available on our website. This is a lease contract. A lease contract would be that I am leasing an animal to someone for a certain period of time. Has a lot of legalese in here talking about what's expected from the purchaser, what's expected from the seller. These are all the terms of contract, basically saying that, hey, you're going to take care of this animal. If you kill this animal, this is how much I want them to pay me. If they decide they want to keep it at the end of the lease, what the total purchase price is, so on and so forth. They sign it, I sign it, and we all go on our happy way. Now, here's the thing that I want you to see. 2 of the most important things that you can have when you're doing contracts and agreements with individuals. I have security paper here that shows if it's been photocopied. It's also got a heat seal on it, but the other important thing, other than it showing if it's been copied or not, is I actually have a stamp that I use when I am signing or doing any kind of contracts with my customers. I can either stamp on the paper itself, as you can see here, or I can do an embossed seal, which you can see here. Between the embossed seals and the security paper, it gives me a darn good idea to make sure that I don't have any customers that are doing any kind of fraudulent stuff with my name on there. I also have some sample marketing material in here to show individuals. This would be a trifold handout that we have on the farm. And the other thing that we do is sometimes for kids and for adults as well that want an animal named after them, what we have is a kind of a fun little form here that we give. It's a certificate we give people if we name a goat after them or if we name a sheep after them, and just the date, and we put our little seal here. And it's something fun that our customers enjoy. Loose leaf paper, this is always important. I like to take my book with me when I'm going to purchase any animals or to sell, and I can make little notes here based off the individual that I'm talking to. Anytime I deal with a customer, I like to put a note about that customer after I'm done dealing with them. Maybe just saying like something about them, something that I found interesting in any contact information. And it's nice to write down something about that individual. So then if you go to interact with them after a year or so, maybe you haven't seen them in a while, you can kind of reflect back on them, and it gives you an idea of who they are and what they're about, maybe what animals they raise or what their hobbies or special interests are. And then I like to keep a small dry erase board that's actually movable here in the back. If you're out in the pasture, if you're working with a team and you want to draw something out and make immediate changes, the dry erase board works out really good for that. So this is our record book in a nutshell. I think if you start off with this, there's multiple different avenues that you can go. Our health record book is a little bit more complicated than this because we raise sheep and goats. So we have sections for sheep, sections for goats. We also break down our health records by sex and breed, We have a section for lambs, a section for adults, a section for kids, so on and so forth. So here is the best part of all of this. We have set up this book for you, and we are going to give this book to one of our viewers. All you have to do is send us an email, and in the email just say Linessa Farms. We'll say Linessa Farms book or something about the book. Just say, hey, I want to enter the raffle for the book that you have, and we will enter you in the raffle. And in about, we'll say 3 weeks from the publication date of this video, whoever wins, we will mail this to you free of charge. All right, so don't forget to sign up for your free book. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I'm Tim from Linessa Farms Specialty in Heirloom Livestock, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.